Hi guys, Luetin here, and I didn't plan this video today, but then I thought in the end I was just sitting here and I was like, "Do you know, I should talk about what happened here." Here's my town. This is Oriton, or Oriton, whatever you want to call it. Originally I was just like, yeah, let's just get on for 5 minutes. Let's just play a little bit of SimCity. We haven't done that for a while, and you guys on the stream know that I've mentioned it a few times. I was like, I wanted to play some more SimCity, and I know some of you are going to be disappointed that I've sort of ended up with this whole town and I haven't done it from scratch for you. I'm sorry, I'll do a different town on this same region to make up for that. But I literally was like, yeah, I'll just get on. I'll just get on for 5 minutes and make a start on the town. Yeah, this is where we are. This is a bit of a story of success. I'm doing not too bad. I've got 1.6 million in the bank. I'm earning 13,000 per hour, and people's happiness is so much they just keep getting happier. Look, they just can't stop. They just can't stop getting the love. They're just happy, 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 happy people. They're so happy with everything that's happening in the town, which is surprising considering these guys right here are living next to a massive oil refinery. These guys here next to an ore mine, and they've got a massive mega tower slap bang in the middle. Plus the fact a load of people that had jobs before have had them wiped out by me removing lots of things to make way for the academy. But hey, I guess all those people just moved in the towers. But anyway, let me slow it down to 1 speed, and let me run you through the history of Oriton. It started out pretty small, as most towns do, and I had this little sort of urban area right here. You can see, look, even there's my original barbecue pit right there. Still, look, what's going on here? Is there some kind of... Looks like a little bit of a suspicious Breaking Bad deal going down there on the barbecue. But our land value is pretty low. Really? Doesn't look that low to me. You're like dark green. I know that you happen to have a water tower right next to you, but I don't think that really qualifies. Anyway, nonetheless. I've got this weird amalgamation of land value areas on this map. And as I say, you would think that that would somehow have a negative impact, but actually everybody seems pretty happy. Mainly because, as you can see, what I've done is I've kind of tried to put parks and things around these areas, and I think that's really helping everyone stay happy. It's like, even though it's right there, I've kind of... I've fenced in the bad areas, and I've kind of, sort of managed it quite well, I think. So overall, everyone's ended up being quite happy. But yeah, we started out here, just as usual, as you do. Small area, worship town, okay, bit of industry over here. There's the city hall. These guys right here, Grey Goo. They're not too... Maybe it's because they've got their business is called Grey Goo. It's not massively exciting, is it, really? And then we branched out into this other area. Obviously, I've gone for wind power on this one, and I started out with your standard small turbines into the larger turbines, and then we've used the amplified, whatever it's called, Academy from ControlNet to boost that right up there. So we're doing not too bad on power. We're having a big deficit right now. I seem to keep hitting these deficits, and I think it's due to the ControlNet, actually. This is actually a big problem. Typical, isn't it? I've been sitting here for the last... 40 minutes, and it's been like a roller coaster high, and then all of a sudden I'm recording and it's going downhill. But that's not to worry, it'll probably pick back up again. It does seem to be... This is why I'm right now researching ControlNet facility, so we can boost that up. ControlNet facility, put it in your city to transmit ControlNet to Academy technology when the ControlNet from the Academy just isn't enough, so it basically gives you a big boost. That's why I'm bringing that in, because I seem to keep hitting these ControlNet things. I guarantee, I don't guarantee, but pretty much every time I've hit these kind of weird power buffers, it kind of comes back up again after a while. Because it's happened to me a couple of times. And, I don't know, I could throw it... Yeah, there we go. Look, see, look, it's fine. See, it just happened again. Look, 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 now we're way into the excess. This has happened to me several times. I'm not quite sure what's going on, whether it's ControlNet or whether there's some massive power drain, but it's fine. People in the power station not too happy. They're a bit unwell. They're still unwell. Actually, let's look at the ground pollution. Basically, so as I was developing the town, this was where I had my sewage outlet, and also over here. So these guys by the power station, unfortunately, despite working in the cleanest industry in the city, end up being the sickest because they're right next to a ton of invasive genetics. They're right next to that, combined with the horrible ground pollution, which I have to say looks like it's gone because I put plants and trees down here. And I think that's cleared up now. Let's go. It's okay. It's reducing. Same as this was reducing over here. This area right here looked much more like this sort of very severe darkness. And it's kind of coming back a little bit. These guys seem to be making their own pollution now. I don't know whether the amplification module on the power station is causing that, but hey, you work in a dirty place, that's what's going to happen. So anyway, there we go, and we branched out into this area. We added more industry, as you can see here. This is more industry. We added trade depots early on as well. I often don't add trade depots that early, but it really helps your industry and trade boost because obviously having the trade depot, it's somewhere to sell the stuff, export. I was very lucky though as well because I have actually got the oil and ore. This current map was very well provided for, and you can see, look, we've got a huge. This actually came right out over here originally, so we've sucked quite a lot of that oil back down. And my plan essentially is that when this kind of closes down, I'm going to make some space and whack another mega tower in here. You can see that we've got the width already. We've got the width because it's within the same square grid, and we've definitely got the this space here, length, depth, whatever you want to call it. So basically, once we get the majority of oil out of here and it becomes kind of moderately profitable, I'm going to take that out and get another mega tower in. So that's my plan on that section right there. And then over here, the ore. There is actually a lot more oil and ore. I mean, you can see there's more oil here and here. There's a huge amount of oil here. Unlikely that I'm going to take these residents out for oil because I'm making so much, and the mega tower again will boost that yet again. It's just not worth it for the kind of unhappiness and pollution that it would cause. We've sort of gone beyond that. We don't need that raw industry anymore. Ore, as you can see, there's a ton of ore in this map, but early on, again, this ore kind of conflicted with the oil, and again, I just didn't need it at that stage in the game. We didn't need that there. It just wasn't something that's happened. But I did, again, this ore area here is very, very strong, like this one. You can see most of that's taken away, so I'm probably going to remove him out of there and do something else with that area. I don't think there's space for a tower, but I might just put residential. We'll get some more tower blocks or something going on in there, I don't know. Look, we're hitting this power buffer, and then it's gone yet again. The sooner I get this control net research unlocked, the better, and I don't have to worry about it anymore once I can get that control net solidly online. So there we go. And then basically, obviously, I needed to kind of start bringing in the high wealth residents, and that's something that I learned a while back. For ages, I was never sure how to push up my hourly rate enough, and basically, it's what you need is you need to have sort of, when you begin, you need to have your sort of low wealth and then push to medium wealth a little, but then get some high wealth in early on, put them in a slightly different area, throw down the cheap expensive parks, because you can get these really good parks right here in the plaza and formal. Okay, this one right here, flower plaza and small sculpture garden, only 40 an hour, cost 400, and they will make it high value straight away. Same with formal right here. We've got this fountain plaza, only 40 an hour, and also fence fountain plaza. Both of those give you high wealth. And it's great because then as soon as you've got high wealth, you have high wealth spending, and it adjusts your tax as well, and that's a really big deal. Another thing that I did early on to maximize my kind of profit and stabilize the economy of the city was to buy the finance section of City Hall. Because with the finance section, you obviously get the tax adjustments, and having the low, medium, and high wealth tax adjustments, it makes a massive difference. It really does. You get a much. I mean, before I set that, I was making like 3,000 to 4,000. After I set it, I was making about 8,000 to 9,000. It makes that much of a difference. Being able to customize the tax from the word go will like double your profits. So it's very, very good to bring that one in early on. And there we go. Yeah, another thing that I do, and I always do now, and I probably should have done before, is using the avenues. For a long time, I didn't really understand that the avenues, how good they are. And the avenues are like this hub of movement in your city. They really give you a massive amount of control about where things go to, and you can see that generally, as I try to make them at least cover a fairly large proportion of the map. You don't need avenues in kind of industry areas or outskirts, sort of suburb residential areas like here or up above. But what you do need is you need them as kind of like a main vein through the city. So this one comes down here right to the end, and then it transports up. So we've got the kind of main route there, and then all the other stuff branches off of it. So again, that works well in keeping the city kind of flowing. And then at that point, after I'd been making money, and I didn't know what to do, obviously at that point you want to develop, you want to expand. And once you've got a ton of cash, you've got to be careful that you don't max out your hourly rate at that stage. You want to just spend the cash and develop the city so that then the hourly rate comes up. And what you do in that situation is to just develop all your roads as much as possible. Just upgrade the roads, upgrade. If you're just sitting on a big pile of cash, okay, upgrading the roads is the best way to develop the city, because then all the buildings start to grow, you get more people in, you get more workers in, you get an overall sort of higher hourly growth rate. So that's really a strong thing to do as well. And then once we got to that stage, then it's literally just a free-for-all. It just starts to flow, and you just adjust as you go. As I say, there's a few things I had to take out. I mean, down here, we had a load of buildings right in here where the academy is now. I had to obviously smash that out of the way. As well, education is always a tricky one, knowing sort of where to go with that one. We've got a fully spec'd grade school tucked in here. And then next to that we've got a college. This is the first city on the map, so again with City Hall you have to adjust and be careful about what it is that you're going to unlock and choose them as you go along. I chose, for example, utilities. I always think utilities is an important one to get early on, because it means that you can manage, for example, your waste management and other things like that. That's important to do, because again, if you don't have proper waste management, then people get very unhappy very quickly. If you are unable to handle that, you'll have the high wealth people will leave immediately, and then everything will fall apart. So whilst having education and other things like that is quite nice, you don't really need the universities from day one in your first city. I always sort of go the other way, and then the second city you can bring that in perhaps as a university city, and then the technology learned from that will carry back over to this city. So if you have a few cities on the go as well, don't forget you can share all that technology as well, which is a really good thing. So once you've, for example, unlocked the city hall right here, the finance section will be available to shared cities in the same region. So again, it's something I don't have to do next time around, and I can focus on the other things like the tourism and the education section and stuff like that. Yeah, and then again, I started out with this one. I didn't go with the futuristic technology stuff, the academy and so on. I didn't go with that at all early on. I only brought it in right at the end. And just to give you the tale of the two towers, the first one here was easy. The mega towers are pretty easy. Let's break it down. So we've got apartment level 1, low wealth, apartment level 2, low wealth, more level, low, apartment, low tech office, apartment. So the majority there, low level apartments, because you actually need a surprising amount of people to keep things going. If you have too many more levels, too many office levels, you won't have enough people going there to support them. It's surprising how many apartment levels you actually need to keep it ticking over. You actually need quite a few. And then I've got the advertisement crown on top. So yeah, the majority of that, like 80% of that, is the apartment levels, and then you've only got a couple of other bits and pieces. Then we come over to the high wealth area up here, the rather smart looking high wealth area. Shoosh. There we go. Woo! They're still building here. Everything is building like all the time in this city. Anyway, last time I checked, the people here were quite happy, but who knows if they are right now. Elite Mega Tower, are they all happy? Yeah, they seem pretty happy. Okay, let's break this one down. If I can. He's sleeping. More levels not doing so good. It was doing fine before. It's because it's medium wealth. I've had this bizarre balance between the two things right here. Okay, so this is my higher wealth town. And we've got a medium wealth apartment level. And this kind of shows what I was saying about having enough people to support it. So we've got a medium wealth apartment level right down here. Tower's great. And the more level, we need more shoppers to make a profit. Okay. And God damn it, they're sleeping. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So yeah, we've only got this sort of medium level wealth. I mean, look, we've got 2 medium wealth level apartments in here, and it's not enough. So really surprising. Then the rest is just filled up with. Oh, we got one more. Okay, this is the thing. So we've got 3 high wealth apartment levels and 1 high wealth mall. We've got 2 medium level apartment levels and 1 medium level mall. Apparently, having 2 there is not enough, even though despite the fact that we've got other people in the area as well, so that's kind of interesting. And then the advertisement crown on top. Overall, it's been doing pretty well. Something else though that's interesting to note was that when I set this one up, even though this area of town is fairly safe, I think everybody's fairly happy in this area. Yeah, you can see everyone's green to go. They're all pretty happy. But basically, when I set up the tower, a lot of the high wealth people were not happy to move in here, which was weird because there's a lot of other high wealth buildings around which were no problem whatsoever. But they weren't too happy. They were basically like orange to red, saying, you know, we need a security section within the tower, or we need more policing, because they basically felt, I don't know, uncomfortable, unhappy. They felt like they felt sort of, you know, vulnerable from a security point of view. So all I did to resolve that was I just literally slapped a few extra police cars down, and they were happy as clams. And then they changed from being orange-red to we're telling our friends to move in, so they became very, very happy straight away. But again, strange. From a services point of view, you know what's weird? It's like often on some of the maps, I don't know whether it's because they're flat maps, but I've found that I didn't have to have multiple fire stations and police stations. But on this map, I really did. I've got 1 fire station right here, I've got another one here, and I've got another one behind this building right here. I've also got 2 police stations, 1 here, and 1 right here, because again, just sort of managing that, you can see from this police station right here that that's kind of covering this sort of residential area right here. And then I think, did I actually put another police station down here? I thought that I perhaps did, but no, I don't think so. No, it's just that car. Anyway, so they're kind of patrolling around, so we've got enough people covering that area. But again, just to kind of make sure that basically this top section here was covered by itself, that's why we've got this extra police station here, and also to make this tower feel secure. From a fire point of view as well, just to make sure that the town was fully covered, we've got 1 fire group up here which cover this, and obviously the industry, 1 down here covering this section, 1 up here covering the whole top section. So again, that's just to make sure that everybody's happy, everybody's covered, and it's all ticking along fine. So there we go, guys. That's the story of Oriton. I wanted to throw this one in here just to kind of showcase this city for you, because I was quite pleased with how this one turned out, actually. Again, I haven't played for a while, and I literally just kind of came in and just very relaxingly sort of put it together, and I was like, oh, okay, let's just roll with it, let's just do whatever, go, you know. And yeah, it all turned out really good indeed. So as I say, I'll try and get this on the stream this week, because I wanted to anyway, and this was almost kind of like a precursor. I was just like, I'll just get on for a little bit, and it ended up becoming this full thing, so there you go. But basically, next time on the stream, what we'll do is we'll do the next town over, and obviously there'll be loads of linking across between these 2 cities, and we'll probably be transporting back to this one for various different reasons. One thing, I wouldn't mind constructing a sky bridge between this, or at least definitely when I construct the next mega tower between these 2, we'll have a little bit of sky bridge. We've also got to get the maglev's working transport system around the city. That's important. That's going to be another thing to research. Control net is nearly done right here, and after that I'm going to get the transport on the go. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this one today. A little bit of SimCity, hasn't been for a while, but more stuff coming back very soon. Thanks for your support on the last Super Hang on Sunday. I was surprised how many people got to replying. It's interesting, isn't it, when you don't do something for a while and then everybody jumps on like, ah! But yeah, it was great. Thanks very much for the support on that, guys. Alright, I'll see you on the streams and videos throughout this week. So thanks very much, guys. I'll see you next time.